What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Dave's Daily Dives, where I dig in the major market index charts of the day, and then I give you 5 Zacks Rank #1 strong buy stocks that are breaking out to new highs. So if you're watching this on Friday, you got the rest of the weekend to do some research, and if you're watching this Monday morning, then get it together, folks. Come on, let's go. It's Monday. All right, so I'm going to kick things off here by looking at the Russell. That's right, the Russell 2000 small caps. Obviously, the small caps have been reacting a little bit more to the tax reform news than others because, well, small caps are domestically inclined. So what I did, I've got the August to October fibs. Got that move. I drew in my fibs. We did this a while ago. We did this at the beginning of October, and let's see what happened. Well, 38.2% fib at 1452 provided a little bit of downside support here. This was on Wednesday. Intraday, it got within a few ticks of that low, came back to the upside. Obviously, the big day Thursday when the House went ahead and passed their version of the tax reform bill. And today, even though the large caps of the Dow struggled a little bit, as did the S&P 500, the Russell continued to push on higher and ended up finishing the day at a very Christopher Columbus 1492. Another green day, which was good. So, not Green Day the band, but a green day. Got the 50-day moving average here at 1479, providing a little bit of downside support. It looks like intraday we got into that 50-day and continue to move higher, so that's obviously a bullish sign. The 23.6% retracement level at 1476 should provide some downside support should the Russell come down. Got that 1515 as a price target to the upside. If this breaks up to the upside and starts to go more, what we can do is we can use these Fibonacci extension levels to give us potential areas of upside resistance should the small caps keep on ticking that way. I want to check in here at the S&P 500 real briefly also, because we're always looking at the broad-based index, and here you can see this is still chopping within this little retracement. So we got the 23.6 at 25.54 providing some downside. Again, here's another theme where the Wednesday lows kind of get within these levels, awful close to these support levels, but then ultimately go to the upside. The 50-day all the way down at 25.45 for the S&P. So basically it's starting to kind of constrict within this range, a little bit of choppiness, but that's to be expected when you're talking about earnings season. Now, I talked about the Dow before, wanted to get in on this here a little bit more, and here you can see, these new highs on the Dow. I haven't drawn any fibs on the Dow just because there hasn't been much in the way of retracements, so why bother? You could use the 50-day down at 22,891 as potential support to the downside, but of course you've got Wednesday's swing low in that 23.2 handle to keep an eye on as well. So overall, the developments have been rather bullish on the S&P 500, especially on the Russell, and still an overall bullish theme on the Dow Jones. So if that tax reform gets passed, you better believe markets will be on the move. Now let's take a look at 5 Zacks Rank #1 strong buy stocks breaking out to new highs. The first, Cabot Microelectronics. Look at this. Put some stank on it, my friends, from the February lows down near 35 all the way to 98.42. Got a gap and go on earnings. If you're trying to chase this bad boy, you can use a swing low right around there at 92, or you can get in the gap, put your stops out down here. That's Cabot Electronics, ticker CCCMP. Then I've got DXC Technology with the appropriate DXC ticker, and it's another bottom left to top right, nice smooth move. This is exactly what you want to see when you're trading with the Zacks Rank, because earnings estimate revisions have been coming into the upside, which has been supporting this move higher. So that's something you definitely like to see. And again, guys, the gap and the go, just like it's going upstairs, this one continues to go to the upside. So this is something you can peck at and put your stops shy of that 50-day moving average down at 89.30. That's DXC Technology, ticker DXC. Then I've got Hamilton Lane, ticker HLNE. So these guys, it's an investment firm. They do direct fund and fund-to-fund investments. Support at the 50-day. Happen here again. Look at the breakout from that 29 level. Maybe a little too hot. Maybe you want to wait a little bit. Commodity Channel Index overbought, coming down still over 100. What I like to look for is this CCI to come down to the 0 line and then bounce. So maybe these guys are a little too hot right now. You might want them to cool off. That's Hamilton Lane, ticker HLNE. Then we've got an oldie but a goodie. We've talked about Kronos Worldwide many times in the past before. Chemical Company. And look at this. Just glorious. Again, finding support at the 50-day on multiple occasions. Dipped down below there for a few days and then has since rallied. So you can go ahead, load the boat, put your stops on below that 50-day moving average, a little more than 10% to the downside, maybe 15% to the downside. So maybe that's a little bit more of a cushion than people are going to want to see. So you could wait a little bit if for the faint of heart, or take a leap of faith with the Zacks Rank #1 strong buy, Kronos Worldwide. And the last one I'm going to give you here is Orbotech, ticker ORBK. This is a little bit more of a choppier move. You got a little wedge pattern that got developed in here, broke out from 38 and has been off to the races. So it takes a lot of faith to jump in on a stock that was 44 just a few weeks ago, all the way up here at 54, but it's moving higher quickly. I think you can use this swing low, perhaps. Put your stops shy of there, or again, you can get in the gap. But this one has been awful hot. You may want to give it a little bit of space. One way to play this is selling puts down here. That way, if it comes down, you can go ahead and buy it at a discount to where it's trading at currently. That was Orbotech, ticker ORBK. I'm out of here, folks. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, or if you're seeing this on Monday, you're kicking off a fantastic weekend. You already had the fantastic weekend. Either way, you can hit me up on Twitter at Bartosiastics, Dave Bartosiak. I am the editor of The Surprise Trader, as well as a Momentum Trader here on Zacks.com. And, of course, you can check out my videos on our YouTube channel and the Zacks Live Trader YouTube channel. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here today. I will see you all the rest next week. Yeah, next week. That sounds good. Have a good one.